All right, today we're cracking open the ultimate teacher's toolkit and talking all about something called formative assessment. Let's dive right in and see what's inside. You know that feeling, right? The bell goes, the students pack up and leave, and you're just left standing there wondering, did any of that actually stick? You poured all your energy into that lesson, but what did they really walk away with?
That is the million-dollar question for every teacher. How do you figure out what they actually know before you get to that big, high-stakes final exam? How do we close that gap between teaching and learning in the moment?
Well, the answer lies in a kind of secret superpower that assessment has. It's a way of checking in that can completely change the way you teach.
And this right here is the key. It's a total mind shift. We usually think of tests as something that happens at the very end to measure what was learned, but formative assessment, that's totally different. It's a tool you use during the learning process to guide it and make it better in real time.
So let's look at this side by side. On the left, you've got formative assessment. It happens during a lesson, and its whole purpose is to give you feedback so you can adjust your teaching right then and there. And on the right, that's summative assessment, your final exams, your big projects. That's all about getting evidence after everything is done. You can think of one as a compass you use during the journey and the other as a snapshot from the final destination. Okay, so how do we actually do this? Let's open up that toolkit and look at some simple but really powerful strategies you can start using, like tomorrow. First up are the quick checks. The name of the game here is speed. How can you get a read on the entire classroom in just a few seconds without totally stopping the flow of the lesson? And I mean, look how simple these are. A quick thumbs up, thumbs down gives you an instant snapshot of understanding. Individual whiteboards are amazing because every single student can show you their answer at once, not just the one kid who always raises their hand. And Fist to 5, where students hold up fingers to show how confident they feel, that is such a great way to get a quick, honest read from everyone in the room.
But you know, sometimes a quick signal isn't enough. You need to dig a little deeper and understand the why behind a student's answer, and that's where the deeper dives come in.
Let's talk about two absolute classics, entrance tickets and exit tickets. An entrance ticket, a quick question as kids walk in the door, helps you see what they remember from yesterday so you can adjust today's lesson. And an exit ticket does the opposite. You ask a question before they leave to get the info you need to plan for tomorrow. It's pretty much the same tool, but just changing the timing completely changes its purpose. And the tools just keep getting better. A 1-minute paper pushes students to really think about the single most important idea from the lesson. A 3-2-1 gives you a treasure trove of data, what they learned, what caught them by surprise, and, maybe most importantly, what they're still confused about. And asking students to draw it, that can unlock incredible insights, especially for kids who have a hard time putting their thoughts into words. Now, the very best formative assessments don't just give information to the teacher, they actually empower the student. These next few strategies really put your students in the driver's seat of their own learning journey. Think Pair Share is a classic for a reason, right? It gives every student a chance to process their own ideas in a low-stakes way before they have to share with the whole class. Giving students a simple checklist or a rubric to assess their own work is a game changer for building self-awareness. And asking a student to teach a friend, come on, there's absolutely no better way to find out if they truly, deeply get a concept. Okay. I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds fantastic, but when am I supposed to find the time to do all of this? And that brings us to the most important part, how to make all this work without drowning in paperwork. And let's just be real about this. This quote says it all. The goal here is absolutely not to create another mountain of papers for you to grade. The goal is to get quick, useful information that helps you teach better. So, here is your new mantra. Before you assign or mark anything, just run it through these 3 filters. Is it meaningful? Will this actually help my students get better? Is it manageable for me and my workload? And finally, is it motivating for them? If the answer to any of those is no, it might be worth rethinking it. And here are some super practical, life-saving tips. Don't grade every single exit ticket. Just quickly sort them into 3 piles, a got it pile, a sort of got it pile, and a didn't get it pile. On longer assignments, just limit yourself to 3 key comments so students can actually focus on them. And try setting a timer when you're grading. It is a great way to stay focused and make sure every student gets a fair slice of your time. So, we've covered the why, we've covered the what, and we've covered the how. Now there's really only one thing left to do, and that's to just take that first small step. So I want to leave you with this one simple question. Don't worry about reinventing your entire teaching practice overnight. Just think,
Out of everything we talked about, what is one little strategy you could try in your classroom tomorrow?
Because honestly, sometimes that's all it takes. A quick thumbs-up check, a single exit ticket question, just a little 5-second check-in that gives you the insight you need to turn a good lesson into a truly great one. And you know what? That could change everything.